Hello and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration and Krastorio 2. Today we are having two major tasks on our hand. One, we are going to get into core mining, and the second one will be working towards material science 2. We're going to get these out of the way. The broad material catalog needs a couple new things. The heavy girder is probably the most complex thing we need here. And this is vulcanite combined with iridium plate. So not hugely complex by any means. I wish there was a way for us to more effectively produce this, but we're already doing this, right? Yeah. So there's not much that we can do with this, unfortunately. And I think we are indeed running out now. But at least we're keeping up. So that's good. Okay, so unlocking these two. This is our goal, right? This is our goal. But that's gonna have to wait a little bit. I think the next thing we want to do, actually, is immersite weapons. Then we can upgrade our laser defense. Then we probably can send weapon shooting speed first because it's so cheap. And then maybe we send refined flammables as well. So that's gonna be a long project. I don't think we have any stacked up material science. Okay, we do have a little bit stacked up. Okay. I respect that. So, core mining. We're gonna need core miners to do that. Let's get this going. I probably want like 10 of these. So if we read about core mining here and skip to the TLDR, the first core miner placed on a planet runs at 100% efficiency, but each additional miner placed reduces the efficiency of all others on the same planet. Placing additional miners always increase the total core fragments output overall. To get two times the output, you need 2 times 2, or 3 times output, you need 3 times 3. And 10 times output would need 10 times 10. So I think the goal for us right now, I don't think we have 9 suitable spots. So I think we're going for 4 to start with. We look a little bit here. We have one here. This one is blocked by our rail. This one is blocked by having a station there. This one we can get access to by building less ass stations. So that's 2. This one we can use. That's 3. This is 4. 5. 6. Okay, I'm gonna count that as 7. Okay, we have access to a solid 7 right now. So with our expansion, we would be able to do 9. Okay. I respect that. Okay, we need to do some other things as well. This here has been operating on kind of shit efficiency for a long time. Because this can actually produce blue belts of iron. But for some reason, I left this at red belt. It's been such a long time, I have no idea why. But let's remedy that. Okay. Well, this is kind of unfortunate. And this is also kind of unfortunate. Let's prevent trains from going in here again, yeah? Because we'd like to get access to this one. Yeah, let's just get that over with. We'll just send all of these things. Yeah, let's send this as well. We're gonna figure out these outputs once the new stations are built. We can stop this, but it's already too late. You are sending stone to this, which ain't doing much. We can remove that now. Let's get this going. Did we manage to upgrade all of this? No, not really. I'm not stockpiling blue belt as much as I should. Well, we're about to get shooting speed 6, which I think is gonna put us at 12 per second instead of 11.1. So 14 plus 54, let's say, is 68 times 11.1, I think it was before, is 754 damage per second. And 68 times 12 is 816 damage per second. It's a decent DPS upgrade for the turrets, for sure. It's gonna definitely help. The damage boost would be better help, but I mean, it is what it is. Okay, we need to clean up all of this, my guy. Every single thing needs to be cleaned up, and we also need to remove this. It's very unfortunate. I actually didn't plan on getting into core mining this early. I was planning on leaving that till way later. One of the reasons I want to do that is to get a small sliver of uranium. It's not going to be much, but it is going to be something. And right now, that something would be worth quite a lot. Hopefully we can do this expansion down here soon TM. That would be absolutely amazing. Because this patch I found here is great. 1.2 million. It's still 1.2 million. And then this is consuming the other pack. Okay. Can you guys hurry up? Genuinely. Unfortunately, I don't think they can. Right. That's one of the reasons, for sure. That was definitely one of the reasons why we didn't want to do that. I really hope we didn't send any enriched iron in there. I don't think so. That was a close call, I think. That was a close call. Okay, almost done. Apparently we're getting some of these that are damaged now. I don't know how I feel about that, because that led to some problems last time, I think. That led to some problems. Okay, so we can have an unloading station here, here, and here. That should be the same. Oh, wait. We need a loading station, not an unloading station. We need this. Which is fine. We need coal and stone to be inputs here. And then, if we can, this would be pretty good as well. Because then we can load up the core fragments here. Which would be great. Okay, there's still so much in here. There's still so much in here. But we can get the core miner to appear. Still 11k in there. Them bots are trying their best. How are we doing with energy science? We do have a decent stockpile of that. Material science is not looking as good, but still decent. Okay, this. I wish my inventory was bigger. Holy moly. Okay. Our first core fragment. Now I think I moved out of range from this. Okay. It's okay. So we're gonna put this in a thing. And then we are loading this directly into the warehouse. I don't think you can really... No, not really. Wait, what? Oh yeah, that spacing is incorrect. These can go. That spacing is very incorrect. I'm gonna put one out here just because we can. Because we're working here, we kind of need the bots to actually do their job as well. Military train, what are you doing? You are up here for some reason. So now that we have 96, I don't know if it's 96 or 97. I think it was 97. So we might have Leviathan snappers soon. The joy of having our walls getting mega wrecked by them. It's gonna be glorious. So I can tell you they are gonna get mega wrecked. We'll do that. And that's gonna come in there. So we can then add a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 8. And that's gonna be the coke. That reminds me, we can just do this. Yeah. Okay. We could have done that from the start. That would have been clever. Okay, so this guy goes actually here. Let's find this. And just send this in here. These are not needed. This will be coal. Requesting coal. Boop, 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 boop. This boy. Coal. Boom. This will be stone. Stone. There we go. Coal will be coming out here. And then this here needs to be coal as well. We'll send this one. Boom. That's fine. It's a little bit wonky, but it's not that bad. So laser turrets are now doing 30 plus 54. And then times 3.8. So 319 damage per second. 319 damage per second. So we went from 84 to 96. It's a good 50 DPS upgrade per laser turret as well. And I mean, you have 3, maybe 4 in range all the time, so that's a decent chunk of DPS for sure. What are you guys doing? Don't tell me we're out of stone again. No, you're sleeping. Why are you sleeping? Okay, you're not sleeping anymore. Okay. Kinda weirded out by that behavior. And that stone needs to go in there. Wow, and charcoal completely stopped that from working, yeah? So, this is mining about 1350 per minute. Apparently, this is not completely stable production. I guess that's because of productivity. It shouldn't be. It should be pretty straightforward. I don't know. Now the question is, where do we genuinely want to process core fragments? I want it to be scalable. Honestly, I think we do it here because there's one miner over here, so that means we can use one less train probably. So if we unload the fragments here, and let's think about this for 1 second. If we want to have a couple of these on Nauvis, it's going to be at least 9, maybe 16. Because after 16, it would be 25 or 36. Like, at that point, you're scaling into a very, very busy kind of thing. But let's plan for 16. We need to be able to receive more than one train. So I'm going to plan for 1, 2, and I can see 3, 4, 5. I think 5 is a pretty reasonable number. It's gonna take some time for them to fill up the trains, right? So they shouldn't be fighting for these spots anyway. And these are unloading stations. Good. Good. Now, I don't know how much... Yeah, so a full train like this only has 6k because of how the fragments, there are only 20 of them. This needs to be passive coke. You... Can I search here? Yeah. No, we don't have that group. Which I wonder disappeared because we removed the train. So you're gonna go there. Full cargo. Boom. This will be core fragment. And we need to rename this station to core fragment provider. So you're gonna go here. Full cargo. Boom. That's fine. And this needed some time to catch up, which is also fine. Are we struggling with coverage here is the question. Not really. Let's add these here, I think. And then I want to steal this. Okay, please get rid of that. We'll put a bunch of roboports up here. That is fine. Now we need to go north to our very nice new core fragment processing ground. Now, this is producing 1351 right now per minute. If we were to do 16, it would be 5.4k. And we need to look at some ratios here. And I think... Yes, we can productivity module this. I just want to see, like, if we're producing, or if we're processing around 5.5k per minute, what's our output looking like? Because I have a feeling that it's gonna be a bigger output than I think. And that I might be struggling with having enough stations for output. We're gonna process them here, and then we're gonna output everything up here. Which also means that trains won't be fighting for like the same spots or anything. Why is that one off? Is that because we're rotating it? I think so, yeah. That's fine. Can we get the pulverizer constructed, please? It would have been faster for me to handcraft it and look at it. I wanted to check on oil. Man, this is not doing well. I think we upgrade these modules now. Anything else here that uses prod 2 modules? I don't think so. I mean, this is speed modules. We don't care about that. Let's do that. This is already speed 3. This is 2s. Let's upgrade these as well. Hello. Yeah, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought. And then we'll put... I always forget where the hell the beacons are. So we'll put beacons here as well. Okay, this is 24. Turns into 48. Yeah, this saves quite a decent chunk of resources. So let's do that. And let's put some speed modules in there. I don't think we have that many left. Okay, back to core fragment processing. So we were saying about 5,500 per minute. If we take a look at what we can get out for this. So this is from the same machine. No, sorry, this is not from the same machine. This is from a bunch. But the problem here is we get so many different outputs that we need to sort them somehow. But this is not like unreasonable kind of thing to process. Like it's not, it really isn't. And if we were doing green belts instead, this would be like 4 belts out to do this processing. I mean, I don't think it's that unreasonable. The problem here are the fluids. The problem is the fluids. So if we imagine okay, we're gonna have to get a little bit creative here, I think. We imagine well, no. Let's take this out here. Now, the question is how we want to do this. Okay, that already kind of blows. We don't need to use that, though. So this is a viable thing to do. We could mirror this. Then we'd put that in there, and then we'd send that through. And then we could absolutely have a substation in between. So this is an 100% viable option. We could get Pyroflux out here. Now, if we imagine... right. Oh, no, go back to transport belts. So this was 1300. That's gonna be, let's say, 2.6k. Okay, this is not that bad. Let's say we want to build an array of 12. It's gonna be a long array, but we'd need... two belts each side. We'd need 2 belts each side. So we do this, I think. This goes here with the same premise. And then comes out there. We can then, no problem, take the fluid out. How much water are you going to produce? Probably not much, right? But we mirror this and we put it out here. I mean, it's 2,000 per minute. It's just not that much. That's okay. Because we're absolutely flare stacking that. There's no, I'm not gonna be bothering with that. And this just... we can do this. Right? I don't see any issues with this. I don't see any issues with this. What I do see an issue with is how we're getting things out from all of these stations into a single thing. I think we are gonna cheat a bit here. Unfortunately, that's only 6. So that means this as well. So take out same thing here. Same thing here. This needs to be a special one. And then we put that in there. Put you there. Then we can regulate without doing any weird shenanigans. We can just say that, okay, we are gonna stick with one array for this. We can send that in there. Now, there needs to be this amount of space between. I think this works out quite well. And that needs to be there. So this is 4. It's 8. And that's 12. Okay. And that indeed is probably a pretty decent physical constraint. We can do more here, for example. We'll figure something out when we come to that. Let's see, these are looking pretty good. For some reason we have a bunch of stone laying around. I'm gonna leave that. In case we want to scale this further at some point, yeah? Let's make sure to get these fluids out. For some reason, this ain't it. Let's make sure that's actually... No, not there. That's looking decent. That's looking correct, 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 correct. correct. Right, we don't actually need double mineral water though. So we'll just take one out. So it's gonna be crude oil on this side. Then we'll take from here and go all the way up here. Not bad. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 9 stations out is what we're looking for here. Let's make a lot of landfill. We're gonna send this right here. There we go. We are out of roboports. Why are we out of roboports? You're not getting any concrete. You're not getting any iron sticks. Because this ain't getting anything. Because you don't have... What? It's that damaged belt again. I wonder why. I wish there was a way to prevent that. Why it doesn't just produce a damaged item, I don't understand. But maybe it's a different ID or something for the item. It's very interesting. I don't have any repair packs on me. I was like, why are we not getting any iron there? But that does explain a little bit why we're not getting any iron there. So we are operating at a very small portion of what we should be right now. Okay, so again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 outputs. And so we're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solid materials, 6 solid materials, and 3 fluid. So one more. And then we need fluid loading station. Did not like this. So that means 1, 2, 3. Okay, okay. Let's take this there. And all the way here. No, absolutely not. There we go. Nice. These are now full health. And this should now be working pretty well. This should be working full time. Probably gonna drain a bit from steel with this, but it is what it is. At least that's going quite well in there. Yeah, I can spot a mistake there. We definitely sent some in here. Yep. That might have delivered to fucking anywhere. I should have these filtered, but yeah. I should have these filtered, to be honest. To catch anything. That's a lesson that we learned the difficult way. Okay. So we are done with the stations. Kind of. Okay, I guess these don't count for these. That's fine. Okay. Let's pretend that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outputs. So you want to jump this much. And you want to jump that much. Now we can consolidate these here to a 4-belt thing going north. Like this. This is gonna be a lot of belt. We're gonna want to maybe earn here. Like so. And then we want to figure out a good way to do this. Okay. How do we want to do this? So let's say we have uranium. It's gonna be one of the least... one of the resources we get the least amount of. I mean, we could do something like this. I mean, it's not very pretty, but it does work. And we could have another one. If we do this, for example, we could do this and merge this. Yeah? And then we'd mirror that and go through. So this is how we could solve this problem. And then we would just get these out. All of these things go out. It's gonna be a belt fiesta. So we'll go here. This will be rare metal ore instead. And this... What's the other thing that we don't get? Okay, so it's stone and coal. Can do stone. And then coal. Then copper. And then the last one is just gonna be iron. We don't need to elaborately filter that. Okay. So that turns 4 belts of random unsorted garbage into these very neatly designed loading stations with their warehouses and everything. So that's good. Now we need to deal with the fluids. Okay, I'm gonna take away a couple of these, yeah. They're not exactly providing anything for us here. They are mostly in the way. This one as well. Okay, then we might need to put some roboports in here. Cool. There's a lot of things to construct here. So are you guys catching up yet? Okay, you are catching up. This filled up quite well also. So everything should be back to working as normal. We're gonna need so much belt here, though. So, fluids. This will be here, I think. This will be here. This is gonna be water. I'm gonna put 2 flare stacks here. Which is gonna be more than enough, probably. These are already decently long. Okay. We'll do a longer one here. Put it up here for now. This one can go in here, and then this one in here, and then this one up here, I think. So here. go. We'll just drag this here. And then the last one goes in here. Nice. Very, very nice. We'll get this to go in here. This belt will go in here. So we had one here. That's gonna get a station. That's here. With a loading station as well. There. There we go. That's gonna get some power. And then we have this boy right here. The lazy bastard in me will do this. Rather than building another station right now. We'll probably just recycle this station after iron is done. So when this is done, that's fine. These will be requesting core fragment. And this will be core fragment. Perfect. Question is, no, I probably don't want a specific thing to go in here. That's fine. Okay. Another flare stack here. And we'll build some power for this. Okay. I mean, I think we're ready to start sending on this build. There is so much belt that we need right now. We're gonna need 2.7k belt, and our problem right now is apparently gear wheels. Are we making gear wheels anywhere else? We're making here, but there we're not. Also making here, but they're not sending that anywhere. So it is these two mainly. And this can't really be improved upon. Okay, this is actually stacking up. And this goes to ammo. We're apparently out of steel for some reason. We are out of steel because the iron is just eating the enriched iron now. Oh yeah. Okay, you're getting about half what you can consume. That does sound like a belt upgrade to me. Let's see if we can improve this slightly. It's again gonna eat so much of our iron. Let's upgrade that belt as well. Not that we can realistically afford that, but I need it to make more belts. Where am I going now? I'm going in the wrong direction, yeah? I would like to see this core miner operation to get started, so I can see that it actually works. Let me send this upgrade, yeah? Okay, we do have those. Are we stopping this at 100? We are. Nah, bro. We're gonna do 500 just like we do with prod modules. Thank you. This is 1000 gears per second or per minute. Which is more than you can realistically do. We don't really care about that belt. This is the stuff I would like to make, but whatever. Okay. So, did we make the station down here? Kinda. Let's do that. Perfect. Then we'll go back up to our core fragment processing. And we can send the train there. Should have enough infrastructure to just get it going, even though we're not gonna load anything on anything. But we're sending this belt. We can see just how much We're genuinely getting there as well. Okay. Now, this bad boy needs to go to here. Empty cargo. We're gonna follow this bad boy with 6.4k core fragments. The good thing about these is they're gonna unload quick. It's only 6k. This then goes straight into this warehouse. And this will be able to eat a blue belt of core fragments. So we've already made sure that we have enough to get a full blue belt here, which is great. Oh, we are already getting some uranium here. That's kind of wild. But I'm not gonna complain. And this is going up here. So Pyroflux will have in... Well... 600 per minute is not a lot, is it? How much are we using for steel, for example? Okay. It would almost feed this. Almost. Now, the problem here with this, we need some kind of overflow mechanic, and we're gonna design that next time. But this process is obviously gonna stop if any of these resources are getting full and stack up onto this belt, which is the downside of this process, right? Luckily, we can use this to avoid not everything, but copper and iron for sure. Obviously stone we can make into landfill. I'm not sure we can avoid coal. So coal is going to be a problem. Coal is going to be a problem. But we're going to deal with that when the time comes. Obviously, this guy is running out. You're really, like, dropping into these. So coal is the problem here, I think. We're not... This uranium is so small amount, it's not going to be an issue. Landfill, 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 landfill. Coal is the problem. I wonder if we can do something with coal. Maybe we would do an overflow here. That does something. I don't know. Well, I'll have to think about that. But before we end the episode, let's make sure we have trains on all these. We'll have a couple here that are fluid trains. And then we'll have a couple that are ore trains. Nice. Okay. As we can see, this fills up rather quickly. This does fill up rather quickly. But everything seems to be working really well. Except the pyroflux. Wait. Ooh. Right. We also need these. Because that ain't working. Okay. Well, I made a mistake. Okay. So now we'll take this guy. And do that. Okay, let's put the core fragments back in here. Or not. Let's put those in there. That's okay. You know what? Now I just realized we could have just done this. And had clean belts out from that. Okay, I think we're gonna remedy that next time. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. We have core mining here. Kinda done. We just need this to actually start working. That's fine. If you like this content, consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a really nice day.